First of all, I want to say you guys should be paying me for this amount of information. It's too valuable. Your life will change so much after watching this video. Okay? So for the next 90 days, I want you to do these things with no skipping, no days, not on the 28th day you say, oh, I'm just going to give up. I ain't seeing any results. No, 90 days. I don't stop anything and not see results until 90 days is over. Okay, so do this for the next 90 days if you want to change your life. The first one is go out and do some cardio. You think today I wanted to run 4 laps around this whole park? That's about 3 miles, over 3 miles. You think I want to outrun all of this in the morning at 6:30? Absolutely not. I did not want to do it, but guess what? That 90-day rule, you have to do it. It's 90 days. Another thing, stay in the gym for 2 hours. I don't care if it's your first day at the gym. Just stay in there for 2 hours. If you're just a beginner, you don't know what to do. Just look at people that have muscle and see what they're doing. See the movements that they're doing for triceps, for for biceps, and don't be scared to ask people because people are kind at the gym. Trust me. Another thing to fix with your physique, because physique is first. If you don't have a strong body, you don't have a strong mindset. Another thing about your physique is your diet. I want you to know your maintenance and your deficit calories. Or if you want to bulk, I want you to know your bulking calories. I want you to know how many calories you have to eat to get on a bulk. I want you to know how many calories you need to eat to get on a maintenance or to get on a deficit. I want you to know these three things. If you want to lose weight, get on the deficit. If you want to maintain your weight, you think you just got to grow some muscle, okay, do that for 90 days. If you want to bulk, do it for 90 days. But you got to stay consistent. Know if your mom brings pizza or a piece of cake, no, you don't eat it until 90 days. Let me tell you something. You're not going to stop this rhythm after the 90th day because you're going to get results. Trust me, you're going to get results. Another thing, and this is for my business people out there, for my entrepreneurs. This one's for you. Read 40 pages of a book. Think about it. In just 7 days, that's 280 pages of a book. That's almost half a book. Okay? So read 40 pages of a book. I do mine in the evenings just because I have more spare time in the evenings. Just read it in the evenings whenever you can. It does not take that long. It shouldn't be taking you more than an hour, to be honest with you. Another thing, get closer to God. Okay, I know you've been doing these sins, and I know you feel guilty about doing these sins. Maybe you start robbing, maybe you start looking at the websites. You know what website I'm talking about. Safari, you open it up, PRN, PORN. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you've been getting convictions because you're just whacking it off every single day, get closer to God. Buy a Bible on Amazon. They're like $10 to $15. Not that expensive. You gotta have a relationship with God. Read about 2 pages of the Bible. That's it. Every single day for 9 days, your life will change. Trust me, guys. It will change.
So you heard the things that you must do in order to change your life in 90 days. All right. But let me tell you how to get started, how to start now or maybe tomorrow in the morning. You need to plan this out. You need to put an alarm. I'll say 4:30 minimum. 4:30 minimum. You need to wake up and train. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you got work at 10. You can make it happen. All right. I had school and I still was able to do it. So you need to set up an alarm at 4:30, train, and then do cardio, do excess cardio. Either you have a running machine or you go out to your nearest park or walk laps around your neighborhood. Doesn't matter. You could get this done in under, I'll say 3 hours, easy. Now with the meals, depending on if you're a fat fuck or depending on if you're a skeleton build, you need to plan out your meals. You can't be having cheap meals here. Oh, I'm at this party. They had these McDonald's. They had these wing stops. Whatever it may be, you gotta ignore it. And that's the thing. Throughout this whole process, you must have this thing that most of you don't know is discipline. Most of you had never heard of it, or most of you heard of it but never even had a touch of it. You guys probably never had a touch or a feeling of discipline. So you need to apply discipline as soon as you start the 90-day challenge. The first thing you should adapt, forget anything else. The first thing you should adapt is discipline. Because without discipline, you're not going to make it through the 90 days. So, like, back to what I'm saying. Whether you're a fat fuck, whether you're a skeleton, you need to plan out your meals every single day. You must eat the same thing. Depending on, like I'm saying, depending on where you're at, depending on your progress, you should eat the same thing every single day for the 90 days. Now, like my brother said, for the business people out there, for the entrepreneurs, for the people who are actually trying to build their intelligence and not just some dumb fuck sitting on TikTok scrolling, not learning anything. So the ones who actually want to make something happen, to the ones who are actually tired of seeing other people their age making money and they're not making any money. Also, once you're done with the training, once you're done with putting yourself through hell with the discipline, Now it's time to read. Now it's time to pick up the damn book. Now it's time to scroll through the pages, actually read and annotate. Another thing, the phone could be acceptable. Social media could be acceptable only if you're using it for such purposes. Only if you're using it to educate yourself on this business or content creation, whatever it may be. You could use it, but I would say no more than 3 hours. And maybe 3 hours is way too much because you don't need that much hours on your phone. I just gave you a good blueprint of the schedule that you could start now to make sure you're gonna go through these 90 days. Oh, no. I just gave you a good. What the fuck did I say? I just gave you a good blueprint for the 90-day challenge. Obviously, there might be some changes. Maybe you got work. Maybe you got siblings to take care of. Maybe you have something else to do. But I just gave you a nice, good blueprint on how you should start. So by you watching this video, you can start tomorrow. And I promise you, you'll see changes. Don't give up at the 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You'll be like, oh, these guys don't know what they're talking about. These guys are just giving random information. And that's why you end up failing at everything in life. And that's where you are in life because you don't give anything a chance. Your ego is too big. Your head is too big. You want to fight everything. You're going against everything thinking you know it all, but you don't. So I'm telling you, follow the discipline, follow the blueprint I just gave you. And I promise you, if you do this 90-day challenge, your life will change.